Welcome to the first HOA meeting of the Neighbors Pod. Here's our advice. Step into our court, plead your case, and let's get these verdicts rolling.
Our first advice situation is relating to being stuck in a toxic friendship. I'm really struggling with friendship right now, and I could use some advice from anyone who's been through something similar. I've been friends with this person for years, but lately the relationship has become really toxic. They're constantly putting me down, making everything about them, and it's been draining my energy. Every time I try to talk about how I feel, they either shut me down or turn it into something I've done wrong. It's honestly making me question whether this friendship is worth keeping, but I don't want to just cut them off without really thinking it through. I've tried distancing myself a bit, but they always pull me back in with guilt trips or emotional manipulation. Has anyone been through something similar? How did you handle it? Is it possible to salvage a friendship like this, or is it time for me to walk away for good? I just don't want to make a decision based on emotion and regret it later.
It's time to walk away.
1000%. And it sounds like you've really put some thought into it. And as hard as it'll be to walk away, if this person isn't valuing you or respecting you and giving you the time of the day in the friendship, it's a two-way street. You're not obligated to go down that street to go visit her anymore.
Have they addressed the person directly?
Yes. And then they emotionally manipulate her or guilt trip her or turn it into something that they've done wrong.
Yeah, that's no. It's not worth it. Friendships are supposed to bring joy to your life.
Yeah.
That is over and done with for you.
This is a two-way street, and she's not coming down to visit your end of the street. You don't have to go up the block to go see her. Like, come on. She's not caring about you or your needs or your problems at all. And, like, friends are supposed to be there for you to get advice from, or just be like, oh, I had a terrible day, listen to it, and then let's go do something fun to get my mind off it, because I just needed to vent to you.
Yeah, but it sounds like she's only adding stress to your life, and there's no benefits for you in the relationship.
Exactly. And you've given this plenty of thought, you've tried to talk to her about it, so you've done what you can.
Yeah.
And I will say, if you come to regret it, as long as you're not blocking each other, there's always a chance in the future that you can reach out. I'm talking years down the line. Like, give it, honestly, 2 to 3 years at minimum. Because after that, like, a lot of life happens in 1 year alone. In 2 to 3 years, it could be a completely different person that's able to give you what you need out of a friendship. At this point, they're not giving you that. And I say that because I actually had to cut one of my really good friends off when we were in college. We had been best friends since, like, pre-K. We were really close, and it was really hard to do, but at the end of the day, like we've outlined and said, she wasn't adding to my life at that point. It was becoming a stressor. And I'm mentioning this because her and I actually reconnected like 1.5 years, 2 years ago now at this point. And I visited her apartment. We got each other little birthday gifts. Like, her birthday's coming up, so I'm actually going to text her and be like, girl, what are you doing? So if there's a will, there's a way. And if you do regret it, like, when our friendship got cut off, I said and did things that I was not proud of. And she also agrees that she said and did things that she's not proud of. We're both not those same, like, 19-year-olds that we are or were. We're like 26 now. We're two totally different people. So we are able to pick off our friendship now in a healthy manner. And honestly, that space was nice to have. Like, we don't really talk about it. We like hashed it out in the beginning, apologized. Like, we both weren't proud of what we said. It's not like we were out here being our best selves. It was a pretty nasty friendship breakup. And we were able to overcome that. So this is your sign that even if you do regret it in the future, you can reach back out and it could work out.
It's true.
And if it doesn't work out, if you were to reach out, you tried. That's your double closure right there, that this is not a good, healthy friendship for you to have in your life. And you communicated and you tried to make it work, and it wasn't received. So I think that's our HOA number 1.
Okay, what's our ruling?
What's our ruling?
Cut that friend out.
Yes.
Okay, it should be like, put yourself first. Cut him out.
HOA ruling number 1, or like code of conduct number 1. I guess we'll see. If a friendship is not serving you, you're not obligated to stay in that friendship.
Real.
That's the advice.
Amazing. Okay, we have our second write-in for this week's episode. Should I keep this friendship or not? Until a few months back, I had this friend, we'll call her Sarah. She and I, both women, are very stubborn and with a strong personality. The thing is that our points of view are very different, so we discussed a lot for my liking. She's a university student with a lot to do. Me, a 22 unemployed girl with Japanese and French classes, my jobs are only temporary because of my mental health. The last few weeks, she was always stressed because of her university. She told me the same things every day, all related to her stress, and I always answered with the same things. That she could try going to therapy, psychiatrists, exercise, yoga, art. Spoiler, she never did anything of that, so I kept telling her the same. But then 2 things happened. The first was that she said, "Why don't I take medicine?" Psychiatrist.
Ooh.
You take medicine. The girl has bipolar disorder. She's like, you take medicine and I stress a lot more than you. After that, I just said, ouch, but let it slip.
Oh,
Wait,
God.
who has bipolar? The one writing in?
The one writing in has bipolar and she takes medication. But the friend is saying, why doesn't she take medication? Because she has a lot more stress than the friend who's bipolar. That's a bitch move. 1 or 2 weeks later, she was telling me how stressed she was, as usual, and I once again told her to try any of the things that I know could help her. She answered kind of snappy. It's funny how you said that as if that were easy. I told her that actually it was just a matter of separating 10 to 15 minutes a day to do any of those things that might help her. Maybe not, but it was worth a shot. And then she said, obviously someone that just goes to language classes wouldn't understand.
Ooh.
That hurt. Even more because several times I told her before that I had to be unemployed and it was making her feel useless, worthless, like a piece of garbage, yet she chose to say that. So struck her when she was down.
Yeah.
Yikes.
All of this by messages. We barely go out. Oh. I told her that I needed time to think and chill. It's been around 2 months and I still haven't told her anything. I don't know what to do. She really hurt me. But at the same time, I don't think that being mad at her will solve anything. What would you do?
This is tough.
Being mad definitely won't solve anything, and nothing good comes out of anger. I'll say that first and foremost.
It both sounds like the 2 of them have, like, their own issues and are, like, throwing it at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like the one girl is kind of in a better place. She's like, you should try going on a walk. You should try going to a therapist. And the other girl's like, well, I have more problems with you and you're bipolar, so.
Yeah. But I wonder how she's giving that advice.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if it's in a condescending way, then maybe...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, she said you only take language classes.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
It sounds condescending.
Yeah.
So maybe they're being snappy with each other and how they're going at it.
I think they should talk in person.
That's so true. Because, like, your attitude can be so convoluted in text.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, does it say explicitly that they're texting this?
Yeah.
All of this by messages. We barely go out.
Oh, yeah, they definitely should meet up in person and go on a walk and talk about it.
Yeah.
Because then, imagine going on a walk with your best friend. Haley and I would do this so often.
Yeah.
You almost always feel better. Like, I can imagine a time that I felt worse
True.
after one of our walks.
That would just be so ironic because the one girl is saying, like, oh, maybe if you go on a walk, like, you will feel better.
But
See,
that's what I'm
I told
saying.
you.
If you make the friendship, if the girl that wrote in suggests to get together and, like, they just so happen to go on a walk, she could just then be like, oh, by the way, how do you feel right now? Like, do you feel less stressed by any chance? Like, I had been suggesting this, and I know you haven't tried it, so I wanted us to try it together because it really helped me.
Yeah.
And come at it from, like, a place of love and, like, hey, this is what works for me, and I would really like you to give it a chance.
Yeah, if you care about the friendship, I think you have to approach this with, like, the utmost care. And, like, don't try to be sassy about it, but at a certain point, if she's not responding, then it's not your job to heal her.
No.
Yeah, so true.
And like you said, you've given her, honestly, good advice.
Great advice.
Like, if you Google what to do when you're stressed, half of that comes up.
Exactly. And
So-
this girl has struggled with mental health illnesses of her own, and she's like, this is what works for me. Obviously, I can't give you medication, but here's everything else that I do to help myself.
Yeah.
And the other one's just, like, fighting.
Yeah.
You can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved.
Exactly.
So if your friend wants to drown in her stress, which honestly at this point it kind of sounds like she does, I would say just let her and be like, respectfully, I don't want to hear about this anymore. I'd rather talk about other things. And didn't it say that they don't agree in a lot of things anyway?
Yeah.
Are you sure that this is just a good friendship to have in your life?
Yeah.
True.
Maybe just reevaluate that. Do they add genuine good value to your life? Do you enjoy their company? You don't even hang out a lot, so...
That's true. If this person's stressing you out on the phone, like, just turn the phone off.
Yeah. Like, baby girl, this does not sound like it's worth it.
Yeah, it's not with your sanity.
And if she's gonna weaponize your actual mental health issue that you have, that's not cool. That's crossing a boundary, and no friend should do that.
Don't lose yourself trying to save her.
No.
Yeah.
That's my final take on it. And listen to No Role Models by J. Cole.
Yes. So what's our HOA ruling?
What's our ruling?
Ooh.
Can't pour from an empty cup?
I don't want to say reevaluate the friendship because that's kind of what we said to the last person. But it's like, what else could they do? Take a break from each other?
Well, in the last one, she at least had tried to communicate how she was feeling about the friendship. It doesn't sound like this has been done.
This just sounds kind of toxic.
Yeah, this one's so catty.
They've been going at each other, whereas in the previous one, I feel like they at least tried to talk about it. It's like a me and you versus the problem.
Mm-hmm.
They're just being mean.
Over the phone, it's just bullying.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem worth it at all, to be honest.
So maybe don't even ask about the friendship and just slowly ghost her.
Maybe.
Yeah. Sometimes ghosting is okay.
Yeah. Like, if you don't talk to her for 2 weeks, how is your life doing?
Yeah, and honestly, she probably won't reach out to you either.
Yeah.
Because if she's so busy and so stressed, she should be doing other things with her time than complaining about it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the advice. Give a little friendship break, reevaluate, see how you feel. And if you feel better,
Wait, it's been 2 months.
Ooh.
2 months since
I
what?
told her I needed time to think and chill. It's been around 2 months and I still haven't told her anything. I don't know what to do. But I don't think she's reached out to check on her either.
I think your friendship's done then.
I think so.
Just peace out.
Some people, as Justin Bieber said, some people come in your life for a reason, some people come in your life for a season.
Ooh.
JV said that?
Yes.
So
And the album that you didn't listen to.
Oh, sorry.
Big fan. I'm kidding. So maybe that's the advice. She obviously was a lesson that you had to learn, and she was only in your life for a short chapter.
Yeah.
Honestly, sounds like a few sentences, not even a chapter.
Time for a new chapter.
Yeah. Turn the page, baby girl.
There
Go
we
make a
go.
new friend.
Turn the page.
That's it for this week's HOA meeting. Need advice? Submit your case to our form, and you could be featured next week. Meeting adjourned.